guys, I got a special surprise. So what's up, Kate?
What's up, Troy?
Not much. Thank you for coming through.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what you got me here for? What's up?
So, word on the streets, because you've been doing it for a while, I've been doing it, and, the word on the streets is that you had an issue with me.
I did.
Okay. And what was your issue?
I'm saying when I first walked in here, I think I looked at Tar J's ass. Here we go.
It's your girl, Pittsburgh's most potent poet, Cannabis Queen. Make sure y'all like, share, follow, and stream. Hustle Hard to Get It Season 2. I'm in here coming to shake things up, show y'all how we get down in the city. I'm not going to argue with people. I'm not going to beg anybody for an opportunity for them. We came from the bottom and we climbed our way up here. You got to. You ain't got no other choice. Because ain't nobody giving you nothing out of here. You gotta take the short. And what we don't do is sugarcoat anything.
Hey, what we fixing to do? What we fixing to do?
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and I get it up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. See, I'm riding through the city with my whoa. Yeah, we tuned in HotxMagOnlineRadio. Yeah, she put that work in there, you know it shows. So who's fucking with this online radio?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Tara J. Well, hi, HotxMag Online Radio. Okay. Listen, you guys, we are live with it. And I know it's early. Some people are still at work. You know what I mean? Some people are getting off work. Also, if you're in Pittsburgh, little warning, if you don't hear it, which I'm sure you hear it because I hear it, there's about to be a big storm. So make sure that y'all, take shelter somewhere. If you're driving, pull over if the rain get too much. And don't be watching and driving at the same time. Okay. Put it on the speaker. But tonight, you guys, or today, as I should say, we have T.Ellis coming live, returning to the show. He has a couple things going on. He got a new episode for season 2 of his series that he got. Also, a new mixtape. So y'all already know we got to bring him live when we're going to talk about everything. Plus, there's probably so much more we got to talk about. So, with further ado, we're going to bring him live. What's good?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Pretty
good. That's good. For the people tuning in, let them know where you're representing from.
Well, from Alachua, Florida, Gainesville, Florida too.
Yes. Now we had you on a show. I want to say a couple other times. I don't want to be wrong, but I want to say 1 or 2 other times. You're back on the show now, but the other times, especially last time that we had you on a show, we were actually talking about your series that you have. So let the people know a little bit more about the series for the ones who don't know yet.
Well, life happens. It just shows the ups and downs of the characters in the series. Mm-hmm. Because life can happen to all of us. Mm-hmm. So, for season 2, mm-hmm. It's going to show the ups and downs of every character. Season 1 is more about one person going through stuff, but this one is going to show more for everyone.
Yes. Dope. I like it. So how has it been so far? Because I know last time we talked about it, we were talking about how you came about, with the series and was working on it. But how has it been since then when it comes to the series?
Well, to be honest, for season two, one of the main persons I had in it, he backed out. We had a situation
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't want to do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had another person, he agreed to do it, and just after one episode, he backed out. So
Wow.
now it's down to me and two other people. So we're just gonna finish it off.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And I know that's rough because, you have a script and when at first when you have a certain amount of people, you want to, finish it with those certain amount of people. So how would you say that affected your script when it came to the two people dropping out?
Well, the first person that backed out,
Mhm.
with him backing out, it did affect it bad because he was one of the main people that was, being used in the series.
Mhm.
So it slowed it down a lot.
Mhm.
But anytime I start something that I'm into doing, I decide to finish it.
Right.
I just don't believe in picking up something and dropping it because of situation.
Right. Definitely. I mean, the show must go on at the end of the day.
Right.
I definitely feel that. Wow. Okay. Okay. So, after all that happened, did it make you want to change the way you do things for season 3?
Kind of.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not sure how I'm gonna change it, but I just want to have the way anybody that does it, um, probably thinking of doing probably like a contract or something because you
Mhm.
know, I noticed this with other platforms, certain actors feel like they can just back out at any time,
Yeah.
and that's not a good look.
Right. For them, especially. You know what I mean? Of course, for the film, but also for them, you know? Wow. That's crazy. So, I know that you said you're trying to finish it out with the people that are left, but are you looking to recruit new talent to help y'all finish that out? Or are you kind of content with who you have right now?
Um, recruit new talent, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, I know y'all hear that thunder. That thunder's crazy. We are in Pittsburgh, y'all, and it is about to thunderstorm real bad. Okay, dope, dope. So what are your expectations or what should people expect when it comes to the season 2? When they go to watch this, what should they expect from it?
Well, for my character, he's gonna go through some stuff. Then they're gonna see more trials with most of the characters, but also, the ups, good things happening also.
Nice. Okay, okay. And I believe last time you were on here, we were talking about you traveling possibly, to get people a part of it. Did you start traveling yet as far as getting people involved or not yet? Not really until like season 3.
Well, that was the plan because the other guy that backed out, he's in Atlanta,
Yeah.
and we had agreed that I'll come there and we'll do some stuff.
Hmm.
Then I was able to get him in the first episode for season two with him being up there. So we had this whole plan. Then he just backed out.
Wow. Oh man, that's rough. And I'm sorry to hear that. But if you guys are tuning in and you're a filmmaker or you have any type of show, that you put together, even for performance shows, it's kind of the same thing. Y'all understand how people are. Sometimes they back out of things. Sometimes they'll come to something and then not show up again. It's just how it goes. But salute to you for keep going because a lot of people don't do that. They'll probably give up and be like, oh, I'm over it. I'm done. But you didn't let that stop you. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. Also, you guys, as y'all know, last time he was on the show, we actually played every day. But he actually has a new mixtape. So let the people know a little bit more about this mixtape.
Well, this mixtape, it's more of a spiritual mixtape, just showing my spiritual side. So
Mm-hmm.
all the songs on there is like spiritual songs,
Mm-hmm.
positive, and it's easy on the spirit, and it can help uplift the spirit, up a little.
Yeah. Dope. So what would you say the message behind, I get, like you said, it's a spiritual and it makes you it's gonna make people feel uplifted, but what inspired you to make, this mixtape? Would you say you were going through a hard time, or would you just say you feel like people need it at this point?
Well, just over the last few years, I have recorded. Um, some people call it gospel music, but I don't, prefer to call it that because it was just moments in the studio. If I want to record those particular songs, that's what I was doing.
Right.
And I had the songs for a long time. Then I decided to just put them all together and put it out as a whole.
Yeah. That's dope. Okay. So it's been something that you've been working on for a while. It's not like it just came out the blue.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Wow, that's awesome. So how many songs can we expect on this mixtape?
Well, that one I think we got about 9 songs, maybe
Okay.
8. So
Nice. Now, as a music artist, again, because you make lots of music, different music, but I feel like as a music artist, we have certain singles that we really attach to, that we really like the most. So, off of your mixtape, what would you say the top two songs off of that tape are that people might really vibe to?
what if the first song gotta stay prayed up because a lot of us pray and a lot of us do have a relationship with God like that. So that'll be the first one. Then the other one I would choose is breakthrough. You know, if you're going through something, you finally get through it to what you're trying to get at. I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, definitely. Especially during these times, you guys. I know that y'all probably feel this, but it's hard times. And like you said, sometimes you might break. You know what I mean? You try to get through it, but everybody has their breaking point. Um, and I think that's dope that you made a song for people to be able to relate to, because a lot of people don't realize music helps a lot of people cope through life when they go through things. And think about it. Anytime you go through something, do you turn on music to help you cope? So, I know I do.
Right.
So, it's really dope that I think that you created a mixtape like that for people to be able to vibe to. And it brings them back into put them back in the spirit of everything. Um, Especially if they're locked in with God as well, which I hope everybody is, to some extent, if not all. But yeah, huge shout out to Josh from YNC. If you're in Pittsburgh, make sure y'all pop out Friday. It's going down June 20th. Shout out to him and Corley. We're going to be at Club Exotics. Hustle Hard to Get It. Season 2 cast in the building. Also, Oxy Pearl from Betty's Gone Wow is in the building. So y'all better pop out. It's a whole lit situation on Friday, y'all. Make sure y'all pop out 8 p.m. But yeah, so that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Okay. So can people expect to listen to that mixtape on all major music platforms?
Well, to be honest, only on YouTube
Okay.
because the way that I did it.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's not a problem. Everybody be on YouTube. Everybody. Okay.
Oh, and
Okay.
also SoundCloud because I got those same songs on there.
Okay. It's so funny you said SoundCloud, because I feel like a couple years ago, SoundCloud was booming, and then out of nowhere, I feel like SoundCloud just nobody really talks about it anymore, but they should. I went on SoundCloud the other day to listen to my old music on there. And the first thing I said is, why does SoundCloud got ads now?
A lot of those.
Yeah, a lot. And I was like, it's like every two songs there's an ad. And I'm like, "Ugh, really? They gotta put ads on everything." But SoundCloud's still definitely dope. Do you
Uh,
On SoundCloud there used to be something on there where you can uh play your song, will upload your song, and then people can click the fire and stuff like that. Do they still do that?
I think so, but I don't get on there a lot. But I
Yeah.
think it's still got that.
Okay, that's dope, man. SoundCloud used to be it. If you don't know nothing about SoundCloud, y'all too young. But SoundCloud used to be lit. That's dope. Okay, okay. So, do you have any performances lined up for the new mixtape?
Not yet, but I'm working on that. To do a few of those.
Okay,
You know.
that's dope. That's dope. I will say, I know you said you're in Florida. What part of Florida again? How do you pronounce it?
Well, North Florida, but I'm in Alachua, Florida, in between Gainesville, Florida.
Okay. Okay. I know a lot of times, I mean, this is more probably Miami, Florida, but The one I just shouted out, Joshua Hetherington, aka Josh from YNC, he does shows and he has content creator days out in Miami. So definitely tap in with him, link with him and just be like, yo, bro, what's up? Since y'all are semi close, I want to say, right?
Kinda. I mean, probably like Miami is like 4 or 5 hours away.
Oh, okay. Look, closer than I am. Okay. So definitely tap in with him. I think that'd be dope, especially because you're working on series and stuff. Maybe y'all can, bounce ideas off each other or even work together. You never know.
Right.
Yeah. So okay. Besides the mixtape and let's say the series, what else? What else you got going on?
Well, Ellis Productions, that's the name I use for when I'm doing a series or
Mhm.
um, I'm doing interviews, stuff like that.
Yeah. How are the interviews going? How's that been?
For the interviews I do sometimes, I haven't interviewed nobody in a while, but
Mhm.
when I do it, it goes pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And then you got your YouTube channel. Can't forget that. You've been consistently posting on there, which is pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Tell us a little bit more about your YouTube. How's things been going with that? How's the feedback been so far when it comes to the YouTube?
It's been pretty good because I'm getting more subscribers, and
That's good.
I try to always upload something.
Right.
So, whether it's a music video or reality show or movies,
Yeah.
because there's certain movies that I think some people forgot about because of the time frame.
Yeah. Yeah. What's one of the movies I would say that you've uploaded that you feel like most people will remember if you said the name?
Well, a few of them. For one, Carmen.
Oh,
The movie Beyonce, because when that came out, it came. I think. Well, I know it came to MTV, VH1. I think that they put out DVD, but it
mm-hmm.
didn't go in the theater, so I don't think a whole lot of people knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's a movie called Sprout that came out in the early '90s with Fredro Starr from Onyx. I
Mm-hmm.
have that on there, and Hurricane Season with Forrest Whitaker and Bow Wow, and a few other people that's in it too.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you name a good one. I mean, I definitely remember Carmen. Oh my goodness. Throwback. If y'all never seen that, again, y'all too young. Especially for me to say that, y'all. If I remember Carmen, ain't no way y'all ain't see Carmen. Because there be times when I'm like, I either did not see a movie that everybody's seen, or I just don't remember the name. But you can't forget Carmen and Loving Basketball. I love Loving Basketball. That's a good one. So when it comes to actually, let me ask you this because you do series and you're into films and stuff. What genre is your favorite when it comes to films?
I'm gonna say drama and action and also comedy.
Okay. Okay. Drama. Okay. So like lifetime drama type of thing.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, Lifetime is my stuff, y'all. I love Lifetime or Element because there is a difference between Element and Lifetime. Like the movies are different. But Element, that's my stuff. Action movies aren't really my big forte, but there are some good ones. I will say that there are some good action ones that I might get into just from it being on and I'm like, oh, that was crazy. But and comedy, of course. Comedy
Okay.
is the best. What was your all-time favorite comedy movie?
I'm gonna say probably Coming to America and Friday.
Oh yeah, those are some good ones. Coming to America and Friday. Okay, yeah. Friday was really funny. All the Fridays were funny to me. Like the original, of course. But I do like, and I know a lot of y'all are gonna be in my comments on this one, but I do like the first one because it's a classic. But I do like the ones with Day Day in it too. Like I don't know, it's something with Day Day and Ice Cube that just brought a whole different level of funny. Um, and it's crazy. And I'm gonna ask you this question, but before I ask you, I was actually watching the interview with Mike Epps, which is who they call Day Day. and he was expressing the fact that he was upset that people kept calling him Day Day from the movie Friday, because he's like, my name is Mike Epps, not Day Day. And it seemed like it really affected him. In your case, do you feel like, like, because you do films, do you feel like people get so stuck in your character sometimes that they kind of forget you have a real name and you're a real person other than your character?
Well, yeah, that can happen because it's a couple of couple shows I still watch that's old,
Yeah.
and those characters,
Mhm.
even when I see them in other stuff, I still see them as the character in the show that I watch.
Right.
You know,
True. I mean, it's so true. Let me see if I can come up with an example. Okay, perfect example. Woody McClain. He played Kane in Power. He played Bobby Brown in the New Edition movies. It was like three parts of that. And he played in something else too. But in those roles he always played evil or hood, like he bout it, you don't want to mess with him. And I remember recently watching an interview with him, and he actually broke down crying because he said he doesn't want people to think that he's really like that because his character's like that. And he said people start judging him for that and saying, that they feel like that's who he really is. And he's like about to have twins, so congrats to him. But he was like, I don't want my daughters growing up or daughter growing up thinking I'm that person. So, I agree with you. I feel like people do get stuck, especially when you do a good job. They get stuck and think that you are that character.
right.
So it's crazy. Who would you say your favorite actor or actress is in today's world?
Um, One of them I would say is Will Smith.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a real good one. That's a good one. I used to like Hitch and iRobot, and there was one. What was it called? Not Hitch, not iRobot, but it was when his dog died. What was that one called? And I can't remember.
It's probably
I Am
called.
Legend. Yeah, I Am Legend. Thank you. I Am Legend. That one was very sad. I almost cried. But he's definitely a good actor. Denzel's a good one. Denzel Washington. I like Taraji P. Henderson. Did you see that new movie Straw?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Okay. Okay. Well, I won't say too much for you and the people who did not see it, but she is an amazing actress. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all definitely should go see it. Um, but yeah. So, you got your season 2 flowing. You got your new mixtape coming. Could we expect when could we expect a new episode from season 2?
I'm gonna say as early as next week.
Oh, okay.
If not this week.
Okay. Quick turnaround. How often, for the people who are tuning in, how often do you drop your episodes for your series?
Now I'm gonna say probably about every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Before the other guy dropped out, I was doing it like every week.
Okay.
So that's why I said when he dropped out, when I dropped out, but backed out,
Mhm.
that just changed, made things a lot slower.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that. Wow. Okay. Okay. And then as far as the mixtape, when can people expect or when can they go check it out and listen to it?
I mean, they can do it now, like they can do it any day if they like to.
Yeah, it's out now, y'all. I wanted him to tell y'all. But it is out now on YouTube that y'all can go ahead and check it out. And for the people who missed it, let them know what the name of that was again.
Well, that one is called my world, my future.
Mhm. Yeah. And definitely check that out, y'all. Like even the cover art's dope. I like the cover art. It was dope.
Because
Did
I
you
was just thinking about the cover. If anybody, especially people that's like Christians, believers, like they see that and they see the money, um, they see the angels in the sky, but all that represents something to me. Like the angels, that also represent a blessing, and also shows that I have a relationship with God. The
right?
microphones and I think the boom box that represent I'm in the music. So
Mhm. A lot of representation, honestly. And I'm glad that you explained that because I feel like a lot of times people look at cover art for mixtapes or albums as just like, oh, they're cover art. No, it means something sometimes. And most of the time it means something. That is the artwork before you listen to the project. So I'm glad that you did explain that, for people to understand that. That's dope.
Right.
And then, you guys, again, let's not keep him within the two bubbles. Not only does he have a series, not only does he have the new album, but he also has a magazine, which he has featured a couple people. I know from Pittsburgh, he had myself in it. He had Lisa Lease. He has a couple more coming, and he has done other people as well. So let the people know a little bit more about your magazine.
Well, man, one fall that's for everybody, like artists, actors, whoever, business owners, it's for everybody.
Hmm.
And the one that I'm doing now, I've been working on it for a little while. I have more people. I'm not sure all of them from Pittsburgh, but I know some of them. Ken Harris,
Okay.
Blue Boy, like I got a lot of their artists in the magazine now,
Shout
featured.
out to Tough. Shout out. Congrats to you and Sally, by the way. Hmm.
So I have a lot. I'm trying to remember the name of his later planet. I can't remember the rest of it, but I have a lot of his artists in the magazine.
That's dope. That is dope. So how do you go about scouting talent in the magazine?
This is not mainly on social media. If I see someone, I might reach out or they might reach out to me.
Right. Right. And there's so much talent, so much talent. Um, so let's say if somebody wanted to contact you, and get inside of the magazine, what are the steps for them to get involved in the magazine?
Well, they can reach out to me on Facebook or my email.
Hmm.
Either one.
Okay. Okay. Period. And I will give y'all the information at the end of the interview. Don't worry. That's dope. Okay. Okay. So it is June of 2025. We got a couple more months left, which feels like it's going fast, but it's not going fast at the same time. So, what could people expect for the remainder of this year?
Um, More the TV series, Life Happens, more stuff from the magazine,
Mhm.
more music, and also a couple artists that I work with, and some some new stuff from clothing brand.
Yes. Yes. Now tell them more about the clothing brand because I feel like a lot of people, especially for the ones that are new tuning in, they don't know about the clothing brand. So let them know a little bit more about that.
Where it's called Rich Life,
Hmm.
and that's something I've been working on for a little while. But that statement is just for those who already live like that,
Hmm.
and for those who had a mindset to live like that,
Yeah.
because it means more than just money.
Okay. Period. Yeah. And I'm glad that you said that because a lot of people think when they think of rich, they think of money. But the mindset of rich is deeper than money. You know what I mean? Like it's a lifestyle. It's deeper than just, and I don't even want to call it an object. It's deeper than just like a product. And I don't even really want to call it that either. But that's dope. That's dope. So how did you even come up with that name?
Um, I'm just thinking of names to come up with, and thinking about the life that I'm heading to, trying to get to, and it just that name just came up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I like that. And I believe it was the last interview we went over that and I feel like you had the shirt on, right? Or you showed us one of the two.
I don't think I had it on that day, but I do have it on now.
Oh, let us see some of a glimpse of the shirt.
If I can, I don't know if it
Okay.
can show, but
Rich life. Yep, no, we see it.
okay.
Nice. Do you make your own shirts?
So I go to someone to get it made,
Mm-hmm.
you know, take them the shirt, or they have some shirts I can get and get it made that way.
Okay. Okay. Still dope. Period. I know that's right. Listen, sometimes y'all we can do a lot, but I can't do everything. And even
But
if we
I
could,
do want to add something about Because I've heard a few people, like celebrities, might says about rappers that's acting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like that. For anybody that thinks that rappers couldn't be good actors or they shouldn't do it, I never agree with that.
Mm-mm.
Because if that's what they want to do or one more want to do that, they can switch over and do
Mm-hmm.
both.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's one of the rappers that I see. When I see him acting, I see him as an actor. And I don't even see him as well, 'cause that's how good he's gotten. That's Method Man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when I seen him in the Power series and seeing how good he was at it, I wasn't even seeing him as Method Man.
Mm-mm.
I seen him as the character that he was playing.
Yeah. Yep. And it's so funny you said that because I agree. Like when I think of Method Man now, I think of Power instantly. Meanwhile, music was the first thing he was doing. So yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on that. Even, I mean, well, I guess it's kind of example, but not example because technically he was doing both from the beginning. But even like Tupac, a lot of people seen him rapping, but he was also in the movies. You know what I mean? And he did a good
Right.
job. I ain't gonna lie. What was that movie called? I think Juice.
Well, that's because when I first took notice of him growing up,
Hmm.
I thought he was just an actor because I got to know him as an actor first. Then I found out he did music.
Hmm.
So that's how it happened with me.
Yeah. See, it's crazy. The best of both worlds. And then I don't know if a lot of people know this, but he was actually a dancer too. And a lot of people don't even realize that. I believe that's the first thing he ever did. He was a dancer before any of it.
Right.
And then from then he has so much talent. That's why I said there's so much stuff you can do. But he branched out, you know what I mean? And if you're good at it, you're good at it. Um, I don't know if I would say that I like his acting better than his music. I like both. Um, I like his music. I don't know. I think I would have had to seen him in more. Like I seen him in Juice. I seen him in Poetic Justice, but and it was cool. But I like his music too. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you like him better as an actor or as an artist?
Both.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know. It's weird. And then I don't know the other guy from Power. He's in the Raising Canaan series. He's a rapper. He's dating Soraya now. But he's a rapper and he played I forgot his character name. But he's real cutthroat. Like in the last, I want to say season before the new season came on, his brother like beat him up and then he thought he killed him. Ronnie thought he killed him, but he didn't kill him. Um, I can't remember this rapper's name though. But if you watch Power, you probably know who I'm talking about. If you watch Raising Canaan,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But he plays a really good role too. And I forgot he even rap. Yeah, his character's name in Power was unique, but I can't remember his rap name. It'll come to me in a second.
Well, I didn't know he did music, but I seen the
Mhm.
character you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. That's his name. Joey Badass is his name. That's his rapping name. But his showing his role, sorry y'all, his role in Power was unique. And he played
Okay.
a heck of a role. And like you said, I forgot he was even a rapper. I remember watching that for the first time and I was like, dude, look familiar. And I kept saying it, and I couldn't grasp it. And then I think I seen it on social media and it was like Joey Badass playing. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Wow. So let's say, because you have a series, let's say you got an opportunity to work with one cast member from Power. Who would it be to put in your series?
You said for me either one, like either
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm. That's a hard decision, y'all.
I would say the dude who plays Tariq.
Oh, okay. Okay. Michael something.
Michael, I think is Michael Raymond.
Yeah, Michael Rainey. There we go. There we go. Yep. Yeah, Tyreek definitely be playing his role. He didn't showed out. Wow, okay, that shocked me. I didn't think he would say him. Okay. Okay. You know who I could probably see in your series? Let me think. I could probably see that's a horror. Well, if we're talking Raising Canaan, I could have saw what's his name? Canaan's best friend who have you watched the new series yet of Raising Canaan?
I've seen a few episodes, but I
Okay.
think the friend, the dude who's when in the series he's rapping, he's playing, rapping.
Yeah, him. I can see him. He's light skinned
Puerto Rican, I think.
or Puerto Rican. Yeah, famous. Famous. I can see him in your series. Because I feel like he brings that, like you said, he raps, he got that life story. I feel like he could have brought a lot to that too. So that's dope. So if people wanted to keep up with you, follow you, stay tuned with the series, get into the magazine with you. Also probably even get down on your YouTube. Where could they follow you on social media?
Well, on Facebook, Travis Ellison,
Mhm.
Instagram, Travis Ellison, and what's the other? Twitter, One Fall Magazine,
Mhm.
and for social media, I'd say that's about it.
Okay. Okay. Period. Let them know. That's dope. That's dope. So before we do go, let them follow you. Check out your series. Subscribe to his YouTube, y'all. Make sure y'all go check that out. He got so much more on the way. Make sure that y'all go listen to his mixtape as well. But before we go and let them do that, do you have any special shout outs you want to give today?
I do. First, I want to give a shout out to God. I want to give a shout out to you and your platform. A shout out to my daughter. A shout out to my hometown, Lachville, Florida. I'm gonna say game to Florida, the whole state of Florida, and a shout out to a cousin of mine, cousin Nate. That's what we call it. And any friends I still have, shout out to all of them,
Mm-hmm.
and a shout out to myself.
There we go. Gotta shout yourself out. You know what I mean? And shout out to you as well. It's always a pleasure having you on the station. I'm glad that every time you come through is something new that you're working on. Love to see the grind. Definitely keep it up. And you already know we here. So when you ready, come on back to the station and we're gonna talk about it again.
Okay.
Absolutely. Make sure that y'all go ahead and follow him on social media. You already know, follow y'all girl, but go ahead and follow him first before you follow me. Or if you're already following me, make sure y'all go ahead and follow him as well. That's it for you guys. I know that y'all trying to get home. Y'all probably about to cook dinner. Enjoy y'all time. Make sure if you didn't see this, replay it, run it back, and make sure y'all click that like and share button and go subscribe to the YouTube channels. All right. We out of here for tonight, you guys. Peace.